Shadows move but leave no trace. A whisper runs through time and space. Lanterns flicker, hearts ignite. We chase the truth into the night. Footsteps echo in the halls. Are they here or not at all? Global ghost hunt. Hear the call. Through the dark, we stand tall. From every corner, every land, we face the unseen hand. Global ghost hunt. We unite, chasing shadows, finding light. Windows rattle, cold winds moan. A voice that chills you to the bone. But we've got courage, we've got fire. Searching for the souls that never tire. Knocks and whispers, endless signs. Answers high between the lines. Global ghost hunt. Hear the call. Through the dark, we stand tall. From every corner, every land, we face the unseen hand. Global ghost hunt. We unite, chasing shadows, finding light. Global ghost hunt. We rise as one, chasing echoes where the spirits run. Through the dark, through the cold, we seek the stories. The brave, the bold.
What's up, everybody? Welcome, everyone, to the Global Ghost Hunt halftime show. I am one of your hosts, Matt, paranormal consultant, and with me is my brother, Brian John Laverty, the mastermind behind the Global Ghost Hunt. So
Sorry.
the music's so good, Brian wants to listen to it more.
No. No, it was good. I liked it, actually.
Aha,
Yeah.
it's recorded.
What's that? It's recorded.
That's it.
Yeah, it
It's
was
on
good.
recording. Brian
Yeah, it
likes
was good. Yeah, I liked it. Okay. So, yeah.
What can we say? Welcome.
All kinds of things are going on with this live. Like, what's going on here? Like, you're going to all the pages, I'm going to all the pages, and for some reason we got a notification, Parapost. It's not up on Parapost because somebody who's already live on Parapost, and which shouldn't make a difference. It's never made a difference in the past, and now today it is. Why?
Don't know.
So it says possible stream was ended or deleted on Facebook. Which I resolve it. Yeah, I don't like those comments. I took it down.
I don't like that either.
Yeah, it's terrible.
Well, we have Della Newsom, also known as Mama Newsom. Hey, Mama, how are you? See you soon. But what an event so far.
Yeah, you can remove the event. and then re-add it and it should connect.
Hopefully. Try it.
Yes. Yeah.
Brian's working on that. But
Yeah.
while Brian's
Yeah,
working on
yeah.
that, what an event we've had so far, guys. We've seen pretty much everything except a full body apparition, I think. And I'll tell you what, first of all, huge shout out to all the teams so far. Guys, in the second half, you've got a bar. You've got to hit it. And I'm including myself. So if you think I'm singling anybody out, I am not. But amazing locations, amazing teams. I've got my bucket list even longer than what it is. So thank you, everybody. I've already told one of the teams I'm coming. You will be seeing me very soon.
Who?
Lost Souls.
Oh, okay.
Well,
Well, you were already with them one night.
Yes, I did hang out with Lost Souls. They are an amazing team. They are just like they are during the investigation. They were a lot of fun to hang out with. Beth and the crew were amazing, very welcoming, very knowledgeable.
So you want to tell them what's going on with your investigation that you did with them that is supposed to be on a global ghost hunt?
So, as most of us know, there's always something that happens. So
seems to happen to you a lot.
I hate technology. I'm just going to say that. I hate technology.
Yes.
But we'll get into that. But I know we've seen in the thumbnails about a farmhouse for Gettysburg, to be determined at a later time. We're going to be doing, the Wicked Queen and I were talking about it. We're going to do something a little different. But we'll get there. We'll get there. So you guys have to hang out if you want to find out what the consultants are up to, because it's going to be fun. It's still going to be fun and interesting.
Should be interesting.
That's a word I would use.
I think it's too big of a word to use.
We'll get shut down if we use that word.
The stream might be not lasting very long. There might be a 5-minute go, and then it's going to be shut down.
Have a good night, guys.
Yeah, exactly. Or it's just going to go off, and I'm going to put technical difficulties at the bottom.
To be fair,
canceled.
To be fair, this idea wasn't mine.
Okay. Wow.
This was the Wicked Queen's idea. So
okay.
So I'm still.
Well, all I'm saying is it better work.
I'm going to get blamed for it. I know, but
yeah,
it was her idea. I want to say that on record.
Yeah.
Love her to death. But let's first start off by putting you back in the spotlight. You kicked off the Global Ghost Hunt, and I'll tell you what. As I've said this before, brother, you do an amazing job. I don't even know I don't even know how to even say it. You just do an awesome
goes
job.
without saying, though.
Well,
you don't really need to say that, to be honest. No, I'm just kidding. Kidding.
He's very humble. No,
very, very humble.
Yeah. But no, Blue Ghost Tunnel was absolutely amazing, and a huge props to you guys, because in a location like that, I don't know if anybody's ever investigated a place like that, but the acoustics in there make it very difficult to do what we do, and you did it very well. I have to say, you guys did it amazing.
Yeah, well, I will tell you, the very first time I ever went there, it didn't go that well. But I've been there I think I've been there a total of 5 times, and it's interesting because there's always something there's always something different that happens in that place, and we got some questions answered.
Yep.
By our medium that we had there. I don't want to get her name wrong because I got her name wrong the whole night.
Camilla,
isn't it? Carmela?
I thought I heard them say Camilla. If we're wrong, sorry. I heard.
I thought Camilla.
Was it Camilla?
It's Camilla.
Okay.
Yeah.
I'm gonna go with that, and if Brian's wrong,
I'm pretty sure it's Camilla. So, but she was nice. She was super nice. Yeah. She was great. She answered some possible questions that I had. Even like we were talking before we started filming, and she answered a few questions, which was my bad because I should have waited till we were filming, and I should have brought them up during the investigation. But she, as far as I know, she will be here She will be here at closing ceremonies.
Awesome.
Her and John. I know John's going to be there. The people that I was investigating with. But it's crazy. That place is crazy. Which, and, you know, during that investigation, she said, well, I think the people that were from the graveyard, that the water, she said those people are standing outside. Now, what's interesting about that is I've been there with some other groups in the past, and we did some K2 and some spirit box out at the beginning of the front door, or the beginning of the tunnel. And we got a lot of activity out there. So especially with the K2 meter and the SB7. So the K2 meter, and you know, we had two different types of K2 meters. We had, you know, the blue one. Yeah. Huff, or Hef, who was with us. Hef Paranormal, by the way. They were with us, and he was getting stuff off that. And if anybody knows that device, it's a meter and stuff like that. But that's very tough to go off.
Yeah,
it's very tough, and that was going off, so that was great. But the investigation itself, and that's why I said, like, in the opening ceremonies, make sure you have your headphones on, because you're going to hear voices throughout the whole thing. And I saw one question in there, and I never got to answer in the comments. Somebody made a comment, and I'm pretty sure it was Melissa. She was saying something about the water is making it sound like people are speaking.
You know, I was kind of like, for me, it was weird too, because I was having that issue to separating that, because I wasn't sure. I was second guessing myself. Now, I did hear a couple of things here and there that, again, we'd have to go back and, you know, rewatch, but I agree. I agree 100%. Like, that water running constantly like that, it sounded like footsteps. It sounded like people talking. But
okay, so I will just say that I've been there in the past before, where the water has been running. It hasn't been dripping. And it seems to happen certain times of the year. During the summer, it doesn't seem to be happening. When it gets closer to the fall or spring, that's when it seems to generate more water. But I've been there in the past where it hasn't happened, and I've had the same activity. So, and I listen for that very, very closely when it comes to the water and the dripping. And no, it doesn't sound like the dripping. Doesn't sound like footsteps. It doesn't sound like. See, the thing is, it's hard to tell when it's on camera, but you have to be there.
Yep.
You have to be there to hear it. Yep. And like at least every couple of minutes, we heard a woman, a man talking. And we can clearly hear it. Sometimes the camera doesn't pick it up. Sometimes the microphone doesn't pick it up. Even though my camera and microphone are exceptionally extraordinary, amazing pieces of equipment. Like, that's why I love it. And that's why I constantly use it. Yeah. I don't generally like to use my phone for my camera, because with Samsung, if anybody knows Samsungs, if you use them too long with your camera, they tend to get really, really hot. Yeah. So and then they conk out, and that's why I don't generally use my camera phone. Only if I'm taking pictures or doing a voice recording. But you have to be there to experience it, because once you're there, then you really, really understand what's going on. Because we could be like, I'd have the SB7 on, and I could still hear a voice. Yeah. Like, that's how sometimes how loud the voices are. No, I will answer that question. No, to that, because obviously you can tell when there's an echo and who it is. When, like, if I'm speaking, there's that echo. It keeps on going. But and I told this story at the beginning of the video. I'm going to tell it now. When I walked into the tunnel a few years back, I said hello. The echoes went through hello, and my echoing's not lasting 4 or 5 seconds in that place. The tunnel's not that big. Yeah. So I said hello, and literally 4 seconds low, I got a hello back, and it was a woman's voice. So I don't sound like a woman. And I was the only one in the tunnel. So, and you can't get in the tunnel from the other end, as we showed in the video.
Yeah.
It's impossible unless you're swimming in. Not in the middle, not in the middle of October. You're swimming in waters.
Yeah, not something on my to-do list. Definitely not this time of year.
So,
but real quick,
and I did. Sorry, Matt. I did check the time. I did check the timestamp, and I'm 98% sure it was a bug.
Mm-hmm. I know which one you're talking about.
98 when I was out in the back of the streaming tunnel. Because if you notice a few seconds before that, I'm trying to swat a bug away from me. So yeah, I'm pretty sure it's a bug. And just the way it moved up the stream, it looked like a bug. So
absolutely. I want to give a shout out to Abyss Paranormal. I'm not going to name all of you guys because they have the whole freaking team in the chat right now. No. Hey to Abyss. I saw Jason from Which Division's in here.
Tanner's here.
Nikki's here. Rootless Melissa, she's here. So welcome everybody, and those who aren't popping up, welcome.
I did slow it down. That's why I'm saying it's a bug.
The one thing that really got me though during your investigation was that shadow, and we spoke about this when you were halfway through. You were
Let's go to the closing ceremonies.
Okay. Yeah. I don't know if you guys saw it, but Brian was looking down towards I guess it was the entrance. Yeah, it was the entrance.
Yeah.
And he had the flashlight and he said he saw something. What I saw on my end, now mind you, again, I have a 32-inch monitor. I'm looking at it. I could have sworn I saw something manifesting on that right-hand wall.
Yeah.
Camera right.
So if you remember the video, I said there's something standing against the wall. Yep. And I was shining you can actually see the figure of a man on the wall.
Yeah. That was a great capture.
Yeah, it was really super cool. I think we'll clip that out and show it on closing ceremonies.
Sounds good to me.
So what we're going to try to do is people that if they're capturing stuff, we've been writing it down, people capturing stuff, and if somebody captures it, we're going to put it in the closing ceremonies. Yeah. So if you guys go back to the Huntophobia video and go where that part, I don't know what the time is, but I actually say there's something standing at the other end. Not the first time.
Yeah.
Because that was going towards the other end, but towards the entrance, I think it was probably halfway through.
Halfway, 3/4.
Yeah. And I say there's something standing down there, and you can see the door.
Mm-hmm.
And then right beside, I think it was about 2 feet over. 3 feet over.
The one I saw was right up against the wall.
Yeah, well, that's what I'm talking about. Yeah. That's what I'm talking about.
Okay, so, yeah. It was like right against the sidewall there.
Yeah, but... and it's and then I actually turned to the two people I was with and said, "Is it possible that was your shadows?"
That was
Kamala's was like right there. I saw her shadow, and John, he was behind the camera. And he had a very, very bright light. So it doesn't make sense his shadow would be there.
Well,
unless it was bouncing off the ceiling and down.
Well, I'll be honest. From what I was seeing, the spread that the camera had, the camera light, it wouldn't have been hers. And it wouldn't have been yours. Yeah. Because when you shined your flashlight, it was very profound. It actually really stuck out. So to me, I highly doubt that's one of you guys.
I thought it was, but see, the reason why I didn't think it was me was because it wasn't moving like I was.
Yes.
It was standing still. So I'm going to go back and try to capture a picture of it, and I'm going to take a clip of it, and you guys will see what I was seeing and what Matt saw, and I think other people in the room saw it as well. So
I believe a bunch of us were saying it in the chat. Liz, we're talking about Blue Ghost Tunnel that Brian investigated. Sorry, she's talking to, or I think she's talking to Jason.
Okay, so if you go back to that video and take a look at that, I think it's halfway or 3/4 through.
Yeah.
You can actually see the figure of a man on the wall. It's pretty cool. Now, you'll say, well, maybe it's something there was already on the wall. Now, if you take a look at other times during the investigation, there is a white blob there, but not the shape of a man. So
Sorry, Liz, but yeah,
What?
and
Yeah.
she said she was talking to Jason. That's what I
Okay.
thought after I said it.
Okay.
But yeah, no, either way, amazing investigation. And one thing I really want to point out, highlight about your investigation, which we don't see that often, is how welcoming you guys were to those kids. You guys, you guys invited them in. You guys were like, no, come on. Not, hey, give us a second or we'll be out in a second. Nothing like that. Guys, if you run into that, a lot of people, and we've seen this before in Global Ghost Hunt past, if the public starts interacting with you to any future investigations, interact with them. That's what this is about. Cool. That is 100% what we're about. It's not, okay, we're doing something. No, invite them in.
Yeah, I remember when Valerie did that.
Yeah.
When she was at the graveyard and that guy that came with her. I can't recall his name, but some people came and Chris. Some people came. But let's move on because we got a few more to do and we're only going to be here for about 20 more minutes.
Yeah. We'll move on. Caught in the Veil. Brandon and Cara did an amazing job. And that was a beautiful, beautiful location.
Yeah.
Absolutely beautiful. I mean, it's got the history. It's
Go ahead.
I was gonna say I personally enjoyed watching Brandon get into that little closet. A big guy like him getting crushed in it. Great call on that one, Cara. It was a lot of fun to watch. And Brian and I want to congratulate Brandon, if you remember, for coming out of the closet.
Oh yes, he came out of the closet that night.
Congratulations,
that was
Brandon.
Great. That was great, Brandon. If you see this, thank you finally for coming out of the closet. And that was hilarious.
We love you, brother.
Matt made that comment. It was funny. It was very funny. I don't know if they're in the room, but
I don't know, but I will take all the blame for that one.
Yeah, we'll tell Kara to watch at 22:19 or 22:18 or actually 22:10 on and see that funny comment. That was funny. That was good. You know what I got? You know what that place? I got the impression that type of place is hit and miss.
Yes. I kind of feel like that as well. The evidence I got was good. Like the experiences they got were good, but I don't know about consistency either. I don't know. I mean, it's got everything there.
How many times have we heard over the last 3 years? Before we went live, we were getting all kinds of activity.
Yep.
It seems to happen every single time. Is it possible? I'm always one to believe that anything's possible.
Of course.
Okay. Is it possible that they know and they don't want to be a part of it?
I was just going to say the same thing. I'm almost curious about that myself. Like these spirits, especially obviously the intelligent ones, if they see a team setting up equipment, and especially before these lives, we're here doing the tests and everything like that. If they pick up that we're doing something like this where they're going to be seen around the world or whatnot, they may say, you know what? We're just going to sit back and watch you guys talk to the darkness.
And look like idiots.
Well,
I'm not saying anybody was. I'm just, I'm generically speaking that, when you go into any investigations, you got a spirit saying, you know what, I'm not going to be a part of this. I'm going to sit here and watch and talk. I'm going to sit here and watch you talk to yourself and laugh.
I will say, though, there was one point in that investigation that really stuck out for me. And that's when Brandon was in as Cara called it, the Harry Potter closet, which I don't know if anybody saw, but I made a Harry Potter reference during that. But he was sitting there with the cat ball and this K2.
Yeah.
He was getting hits with the K2, and then almost on cue, the cat ball would go off.
Yeah, and I told you I saw that woman sitting right beside him.
Yep.
And then later on, in another room, they were doing the dowsing rods and asking about a woman, and then a woman, the dowsing rods reacted when they asked about a woman. So that was cool.
Yep. And they did something that I'm starting to see more of, which really makes me happy. is when something happens, it's not just automatic. It's a spirit. They test it. They test everything they got. Like the cat ball would go off. You would see both of them just kind of put their hands back and try to recreate it. They would try to recreate everything. If they couldn't do it, well, thanks, Renee. But yeah, it was.
Yeah,
great.
that's you know what, Liz, that doesn't really surprise me.
You know, well, I've said I have a list. I have a list of people that I'm gonna come back and see. So,
you think Raymond's done his list yet? I think he's completed it.
I think he's come back a couple of times.
Because Raymond had a list.
Oh, I know he did. He shared it with me.
Yeah. So, where was I on that list?
I think you were 3 or 4.
Oh, that's nice. And a good 3 or a bad 3?
Good 3, because I was 7.
Okay.
He said it.
You could have a list, but it could be a bad list. Like, I'm going to go haunt these people because I don't like them. Or you can have a good list where I'm going to go say hi to these people because I love them.
To be honest, though, I don't think he had anybody he hated or that he would have a bad list for.
There's a few people I know that he didn't care for.
But
I don't think he was one that really Liz has started a list. That's great. That's great. I guarantee Matt's on that list somewhere.
I better be.
No, Caught in the Veil's investigation was good. And again, I think she mentioned at the beginning that they were getting activity before they went live.
Yep.
And then there you go. The activity kind of disappears.
Yep.
Might reappear every so often, but it's just one of those things, right? But I got the impression that place was hit and miss. But to be honest, a very, very good place. But they'll be back next week with their second investigation at Le Duc.
Yep.
They've already filmed it, so I'm interested. That will be a recording, so I'm interested in seeing that one. I'm looking forward to seeing that one because that place looks pretty wild. So,
absolutely.
Yeah.
Absolutely.
Okay, let's move on.
Next we have the lovely ladies and gentlemen from Ghoul Gang.
Yes.
I would say this. My monitor survived. I'm gonna say that. I still have both my monitors. For those of you who don't know, they did the Haunted Antiques and Paranormal Research Center over in the UK, and they did an amazing job. I always love watching the Ghoul Gang.
Yeah.
Not just for entertainment, but just the knowledge and the passion they bring with it is just great.
And the experiments they do, I think, is really cool. And again, I love the glass. I love the marble in the glass. I think that's really, really cool experiment. I've done it with them, and I know Rosie mentioned it during the live, but when we did it, the marble moved, and it moved in one spot. It went in a circle.
Mm-hmm.
But it's actually really, really cool experiment. And you know what? At the end of the day, too, they didn't capture a lot. They captured a few things here and there. They heard a lot of noises. But one thing I love about Emma and Rosie is they make it fun.
Yes, they're very entertaining. I'll tell you what really gets me is I want to see what they caught in the aftermath. I want to see the evidence after the recordings, because if you guys remember correctly, they were down, I believe it was downstairs, and they were hearing doors, they were hearing footsteps, they were hearing a bunch of stuff going on above them.
Yeah, and they had some cat balls going off, the K2 going off. So
the K2s, I don't know if you guys noticed it in the audience, but when they were sitting at the table, both of their K2s, one next to the crow and the other one I think was just behind Kian.
Yeah,
they were both going off because Brian and I were talking about it backstage.
Yeah,
and they were both going pretty wild. So I'm excited to see what they caught. But either way, Ghoul Gang
good. Ghoul Gang, always a pleasure watching them, and they don't make it. They make it very exciting. They don't make it boring. That's for sure.
100%.
Yeah. So,
but better them than us,
yeah,
or at least me, because that doll room, no.
Yeah, no, it wasn't doing that. No. Apparently, again, here we go again. Like I said earlier, for Caught in the Veil, they had stuff going on before they went live, and apparently Rosie was touched in the bum by that doll that's sitting on the chair. Yeah, it's weird though. It's weird. It's weird how that happens. It's never. Could it be the reason why I said earlier they just don't want to participate? I don't know. It's just weird, but we seem to get all kinds of activity. It's the exact same thing when I was at Octagon Hall.
Yeah.
You know, that cabinet was shaking and something was trying to open the door. We didn't catch it on camera. And then nothing happened to that extreme again. So, yeah.
Well, Octagon Hall, what really stuck out for me was those crickets. You guys had so many crickets that night.
Yeah. Especially downstairs. We had one in the one of the rooms there. Anyways, let's move on. I can go on forever about that place.
Oh, I know. So next on the list we have the lovely people from Rootless.
Yes.
Melissa.
Yes.
Melissa and them did an amazing job, and to be honest with you, beautiful lodge, beautiful massage.
Oh yeah,
lodge.
that was great. And we got to learn a lot about the Freemasons. And,
I was just actually going to touch on that.
And I asked a few questions because there was stuff that I was curious about during their segment of interviewing. But again, I think the only really weird thing that happened, although there was two weird things that happened, and they kept on talking about it. The door behind them was open, and originally it was closed. And the second thing, and me and Matt were noticing this because I asked Matt, every time their audio went out, there was some kind of static noise or clicking noise, and then their audio would go out.
Yes.
And it was really super weird what was going on near the end of their investigation. And I'm not saying that has anything to do with spirits, but their whole investigation, it was odd. It was definitely odd. And the batteries weren't drained from the microphones. Chris even said that everything was working at their end. It's just the audio wasn't. It was super weird. So we were lucky to be there, like pulling teeth. Well, there you go. So they were lucky to be at that place. But I got to learn a lot about that place, and that's why it's so important, I think, when people are doing these investigations, that if you have the opportunity to talk to somebody who owns it, talk to them about the location, interview them, ask them a few questions, because I know a lot of people don't tend to do that. They just want to get in there and investigate, and I get that. But learning the history about a place, and we learned a lot. I don't think you guys ever really got into what the hauntings were at this place.
Not really. Like it was touched on, but it wasn't actually in depth. But I want to definitely say huge shout out to you, Melissa, and your crew. I don't think a lot of investigators go that deep into the history of the location like you guys did. And it wasn't just the location, it was the town itself and how that location helped out the community. That's something to me that is highlight reel. I mean, that's awesome. Huge kudos to you guys, which actually leads into the next team, Lost Souls. Lost Souls at the Haunted Tully Lodge. I will say this, I said this a little bit earlier in the show. Lost Souls, guys, is exactly how they were. They are a lot of fun, great team. And I've already said, the Tully Lodge, I'm coming. I am, Thomas, I'm on my way. I'll help you dig. I'll do electrical work. I don't care. I'm coming to that lodge.
And this was the first time they'd been with us.
Correct.
And I think it was a blessing to have this team with us, and a new team, and a very enjoyable investigation. And again, I've always been one that, we all get serious in our investigations, but we also have fun. We also have to have fun as well. So
yes, they did an amazing job. I loved the variety that they were doing. The bells, the death bells, those were cool. Those are really cool. I would love to actually use them and try to figure out the science behind them. You know what I mean? And kind of dig more into it, because I've heard of them, but that was the first time I've actually seen them in an investigation. And to me, I think they're cool.
Yeah,
it would get a little annoying just hearing the ding, 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 ding all the time. But there's Jackie. Speaking of which, there she is.
See, there you go. So exactly what I said earlier, like a lot of stuff happens before you go live. And as soon as you go live, it's like things and the energy and everything completely changes.
Mm-hmm.
And it happens every single time. So they have to know what's going on. And I know people say, and I've seen investigations, well, somebody's not going to know what the cell phone is because at that time they didn't have cell phones. You know what? I think that's crap. I think they do know what it is. I think they know everything. And I think it's because of the fact of where they are.
Mm-hmm.
And they just know everything. I think as soon as you die, you see everything that's happening in the future. You've seen everything that happens in the past. I think this is something that I've been a big believer in this, that as soon as you die, you're going to see everything that happens in the future or what's going to happen with everyone in the future. Maybe I'm wrong, but that's what I feel.
If that's the case, Raymond, if you're around here, lottery numbers, please.
Yeah, unfortunately, it doesn't work that way.
But no, I can see that. I can 100% see that. The other,
maybe we should ask people in the room. Do you believe that when you die, you see everything that's happened in the past and you see everything that's going to happen in the future?
See,
that's what I think.
My take on it is, especially with some of these locations, they've had investigators come through before. They've seen investigators come through before.
Yeah.
And if certain investigative teams are doing their due diligence, they'll explain what a cell phone is. They'll explain what the equipment is. So to me, like, especially at like Pennhurst that I've gone to, or the North Carolina, they know from experience. So that's why I'm not a huge fan of asking the same questions that most investigators will. I like to ask random stuff, but I don't know. I see your point being a possibility, but I also see the fact that they have plenty of investigators that come through, so maybe they get told what they are. I don't know.
Maybe
we won't know.
Anything's possible, like I always say.
Oh, absolutely.
Yep. Moving
on to last night.
No, we forgot Misfits.
Did it? Oh, Misfits wasn't on the. I'm going through the thing. It's not on the schedule.
Because you got the old schedule.
I took it right from Facebook. Oh yes,
no, they're there. They are there. Because I changed the schedule on there. Oh, anyways, we had Misfits at 11 o'clock.
Misfits. So many great teams.
Yeah.
You know what? One thing I will say about Misfits, guys, is camera work. Nothing. Misfits, if you're watching, you guys are a great learning tool. And what I mean is you guys do things a little bit differently, but definitely check your equipment. It was a great investigation, a great location. You guys gave us some good information. I never saw that little robot thing they had.
Yeah. Yeah, she showed it at the beginning because you weren't in the back room yet. That's why.
Yeah, that was cool. I've never seen that before. Another great piece of equipment that I'd love to try out. I mean, it made me want to take Alexa to see what she would do.
Yeah.
But, it was a great investigative location choice. Not a lot of background noise, not a lot of contamination, nice and quiet for them to investigate properly. And they really spread themselves out to not interfere with each other, which I really enjoyed. I thought that was great. They weren't bundled up together.
Yeah.
But it was nice to see him.
Yeah, it was good. It was good to have a new team, another team that, obviously signed up. The quality of the footage wasn't great because of the fact that, because they were inside and I don't think there was any Wi-Fi or anything like that.
Yeah.
And they had to go off a hotspot. But this is why we do, we have these shows, and this is why we tell other people to watch other investigations, because you learn. And, when you are doing an investigation, and, it's just not about going to the investigation and going, okay, we're going to investigate there. You have to plan.
Yes.
You have to plan your investigation. I know Melissa sometimes goes to the spots weeks before the investigation, because you want to see, if you're going to go there, what adjustments that you're going to have to make make the show really good. And my only suggestion to them should have been was to maybe go there before to see how the Wi-Fi was going to be, because they had to go off somebody else's hotspot, and which made the video not great. But this is why we do this, and this is why we suggest other teams to watch other teams, because you can learn from them. And I'm not saying they did a terrible job. I'm not saying
no.
What I'm saying is, when you're going to do an investigation for Global Ghost Hunt or any investigation, you have to plan. You have to plan. Yeah. And of course, if you're going to be outside, like at a graveyard or something like that, that's completely different. But if you're going to be part of an event, you need to plan. And that's making sure the Wi-Fi is good, making sure that your setup is good, making sure your cameras are good, your batteries are full, everything.
Yep.
When you're doing any type of investigation or global ghost hunt. So that's why we always encourage people to watch other teams during the investigation. And it's no sly on them.
No.
At all. Not of that. But we learn from each other. Yes. We learn from each other. And this is why it's so good, because we all learn from different teams on doing different things. So I'd love to have them back, because I think they got a little bit of a raw deal with their footage or with their Wi-Fi. I'd love to see them come back and maybe do a location where they're going to have better video.
Yeah.
And that's the only downside. So,
and I will say this, they were getting some activity from what the responses and everything we were hearing. So I'd love to see the other footage, because I know somebody else was recording that evening. Yeah. I'd love to see that.
And we're going to see that, because obviously they want to be part of the documentary series.
Yeah. And I want to see the hopscotch. I want to see that.
Yeah.
The young lady at the end doing hopscotch. I mean, that's just having fun. That's what this is about.
Yep.
So
exactly.
Moving on, our Australian team, Perth.
There you go. Abyss always has a plan.
That doesn't surprise me though with Vicky.
No, not at all.
Vicky is awesome.
And if Vicky's not going to do it, I know Liz will.
Yeah.
Or maybe they do it together.
That could be.
Yeah.
That could be. But no, our Australian team, Perth, the historic York Town Hall. Those guys did amazing.
Yeah.
That was a lot of fun.
Was it me? Because I never talked to you about this after when the live was done. Was it me, or were those fireworks sounded like they were right beside the building?
They were right there. It sounded like they were in the parking lot.
Oh God. I just when Perth told me that they had fireworks at the end, and because I knew about the fireworks, but I didn't realize how loud they were going to be, because they just said the fireworks were going off near the end of our investigation.
Yeah, right next door.
What's that?
Right next door.
Oh, there you go. So when I got the email saying that fireworks went off, I go, okay, well, we're probably going to hear a couple of bangs. Good Lord, that thing was shaking down the house, for God's sakes. And
that was awesome. But you know what? We learned a new experiment, because I think you and I talked about this, and I know there was stuff in the comments. I would love to see what kind of those percussions of that vibration, what would they do to these cat balls? What would they do to electrical equipment? Like, would they affect an EMF meter?
Yes.
Because it's pushing that airflow and that energy around.
One thing I do want to say, when you guys were upstairs in the theater part, Matt didn't hear, but I heard it. I don't know if you've gone through all your footage or not, but there was definitely a man's voice I heard very distinctly. And it wasn't anybody that was there. So definitely during that footage, listen for a man's voice. It was very, very quiet. But all in all, that place was, and I even said it, that place was amazing. And it's probably one of our top places that we've had with Global Ghost Hunt. It's near the top of one of the more incredible places that we've had. And they did an incredible job. And I will say my favorite part of that whole video, not taking away from your investigation at all, because it was great, but I love the ending. How you guys were showing how you guys were showing some of the evidence that you caught. And I didn't say it to Matt last night, but I said when you showed the clip of that baby, or not the baby, the child, I heard that earlier in the investigation, and I heard it a few times. So I think they caught it twice, I think, but I think there's one more time it happened during the video that I heard. But wow, see, that was great for a Sunday night, man.
Oh, that was an amazing investigation. See, for me, I heard when they were down on the main floor in front of the stage, whoever the camera person was went to go turn away from the stage, and I swear I heard a woman humming, and I know somebody else heard it because we started saying it in chat. And if I can hear it, and everybody should have heard it, but it was great. It was absolutely great. Well, we're a little cut on time, so we're not going to go completely into the rest of the scheduled events. But
we'll do that at the closing ceremonies. We'll talk about the rest of them. Yeah,
of course. But we do have Misfits.
See, told you. Misfits. See, look.
What's that?
Told you. Upon review, they captured multiple voices of children, but I definitely heard it a few more times afterwards. But here's something else people can do. Something else people could do near the end of their investigation, go through some of the evidence that you think you caught,
especially if you're recorded.
I love that. I thought that was awesome.
If you're recording, absolutely do that. 100%. Lives can get kind of but definitely do it if you're recording. But coming up here in just a little bit, guys, don't go too far, because we do have another Misfits from Arizona. They're going to be investigating the Navajo County Historical Society
Museum.
So there's a museum there. It's been a long week. I'm just too excited. But
there you go. GGH review after the investigations.
Ooh, that should be a new show we should do.
Listen, at the end of all of this, we listened to almost 50 hours of it's almost 50 hours of investigations that we'll be doing. The last thing I want to be doing is going through everybody's footage.
Yeah,
Brian, for another 50 hours.
Brian and I so far have been literally behind the scenes from start to finish.
Yeah,
we will continue to be. But I did want to bring something up for everybody. For my schedule, for the consultant.
Matt missed his anniversary.
I did miss my anniversary for this. I'm not even joking. The Wicked Queen and I, October 17th was our anniversary. We both missed it because we were focusing on Global Ghost Hunt. But just to let y'all know, so the 22nd is going to be a little different. We're actually going to be doing 2 different videos. Brian and I have already spoke about this. We're going to be actually going live a little bit earlier in the evening with the Newsom family. I've already spoke to them. We're going to have them sit down. We're going to have a chat, talk about some of their favorite Raymond moments, because we all know there's plenty of them. So that'll easily fill time. And then we'll be going live at one of Raymond's very favorite locations, the Rose Opera House. I'm blessed enough, and we are blessed enough, that Spirit Mechanics have got a chance to get us in and investigate one of Raymond's favorite locations. And on top of that, his kids will be there too. So I'm really, really excited to see that and see Raymond investigate again through his kids. That's going to be great. And then what's technically the Wicked Queen's fault for the 23rd, we're not doing the Gettysburg Farmhouse, guys. Sorry.
I'm gonna go out, and I'm gonna go to the other stream because I don't want to be late for them.
Yeah, no problem, brother.
We're gonna close this out.
Yep, you got it.
Okay.
It won't be long. I'll be
Thanks, everyone.
You're stuck with me, guys.
How do I get out of here? There we go.
Okay.
Leave.
As long as it doesn't end the stream. So the 23rd, real quick, guys, before we get out of here, we are actually going to be investigating here. The Wicked Queen has always wanted to do some sort of formal investigation here. I am not a huge fan of investigating your own home. She would like to. So spoke to Brian about it. Reason for it is some of our evidence has gone missing. I'm going to blame Raymond for that because he's my brother and I love him. But you guys will actually get to see us investigate live here at the consultant's house. So I hope you guys enjoy that. But for me, we're going to get out of here for right now. And I want you all to stay tuned because we do have Misfits Paranormal of Arizona. They're going to be there. They're going to be here real quick. So, yeah, I guess there's only one more thing left for me to say, guys. Y'all have yourselves a great rest of your night. Have fun. Stay safe. And as always, guys,